I have never believed in ghosts. All the stories told on rainy nights, the rumors in the small neighborhood, or the yellowed diary entries found in old drawers, to me, were just ghost stories made up to scare children. But that night, when the clock on the table struck midnight, my worldview collapsed in an instant. The attic door was shut, but no matter how tightly I sealed it, the memory of what I had seen lingered like smoke in my lungs. I tried to convince myself that I had only imagined the hand on the mirror, the shadow behind my reflection, and Michael's voice whispering my name. But every time I closed my eyes, I heard the faint drag of feet across wood and the hollow, echo of knocks reverberating above my head. By morning, exhaustion had dulled my senses, but the dread remained sharp. I sat at my desk, the letters laid out in front of me. They looked harmless, just fragile sheets of paper, trembling slightly whenever a draft slipped through the room. Yet they held the power to unmake me. I wondered if another would arrive. The thought made my chest heavy, but anticipation gnawed at me like hunger. That night, I didn't wait inside. When the clock struck midnight, I forced myself onto the porch, the cold air burning my lungs. And there it was, lying neatly against the step, a third envelope. The sight of it sent a tremor through me. With reluctant hands, I picked it up and carried it inside. I tore it open with the same mixture of fear and need that had driven me before. The handwriting was Michael's, uneven, urgent. "David, you have opened the attic, and now you understand that the mirror is no ordinary glass. It does not reflect what we are. It reflects what waits for us." That mirror was brought into our family long before we were born. Father knew, but he never told us. He thought locking it away would protect us. He was wrong. The mirror does not rest because the one behind it never sleeps. Every generation in our bloodline has been bound to it, and now it has fixed its gaze on you. My stomach clenched as the words blurred. Bound to it, every generation. I thought of my father's stern face, the way he avoided questions about the attic. I thought of my mother's nervous glances whenever we mentioned the locked door. They had known something. They had carried this secret, and now it had been passed to me like a curse. The letter continued. "I saw him, David, that night, before the accident. I saw him in the mirror. He stood behind me, tall and crooked, his head bent as though listening. His eyes were hollow, and when I turned, he was gone. But in the glass, he smiled. I ran. I thought I could escape him. I thought if I left the house, I would be free. But he followed. He always follows. That was when the car came. That was when I died. He was there, watching, and now he waits for you." I dropped the letter, bile rising in my throat. The lamp flickered, shadows stretching across the walls as though mocking me. I tried to steady my breathing, but the words wouldn't. "Leave me. The mirror does not reflect what we are. It reflects what waits for us." I stood, pacing the room, running my fingers through my hair. My mind screamed at me to burn the letters, to leave the house, to abandon everything. But another part of me clung to them, desperate to uncover more. I had to know why this was happening, why Michael had been chosen first, and why it was now my turn. Hours passed before I found myself back beneath the attic door, staring up. My hand twitched, wanting to pull down the ladder again. But then the whisper returned, soft, close, and unmistakably Michael's. "Don't go back yet, David, not alone." My knees weakened. The air around me grew icy, though no window was open. I stumbled back into the living room, gripping the third letter so tightly it crumpled in my fist. I sat there until dawn, shaking, waiting for the light to break through. Even in daylight, the house felt darker. The walls seemed to lean closer, the ceiling heavier, as though the mirror's presence above was pressing down on me by evening. I unfolded the letter once more, forcing myself to read the last few lines. David, the mirror is not a window, it is a door. It opens when it chooses, and when it opens, he comes closer. Do not let him step through. Whatever you do, never let him out. But know this, he already knows your name. The words burned in my mind. Not a window, a door. The shadow I had seen was not trapped, it was waiting, and now it knew me. That night, I did not sleep. I sat at the desk with the lamp burning low, the letter beside me, and the silence pressing in on all sides. I could feel him just beyond, the glass above me, leaning forward, waiting for me to look again. Stay tuned for the next episode, where David learns why the mirror was brought into the family and the true cost of the curse passed down through blood.